What up, everyone? Long time no see. It's been a while since I've done a video. It's been like 2 weeks. Been about 2 weeks since I've done it. Lots changed, lots happening. You may be wondering, why haven't I done a video in so long? Where have I been? Well, this is why. This is the reason why. This motherfucking box right here is why. Sorry for swearing, but I'm really mad. Really mad. And a little bit drunk. Just a bit. But anyway, I've got a really long, really in-depth story to tell about this box, where I've been, what I've been doing, why there hasn't been a video in so long. So all questions will be answered. But first, let's get it out of the way. My beard's gone. It's not there anymore. It's all gone. And I have no chin anymore. It looks weird. Basically, I had an interview I had to do with the school district. So I didn't want to show up there looking like a convicted sex offender, so I trimmed it down a bit. But fear not, it will be back. Give it a month, it'll grow right back. It grows in fast. Don't worry about it. So anyway, the box. My Geek box from the UK. I have quite a story to tell, so if you don't want to hear all about it, you don't want to hear what happened, that's totally fine. Woo! That was intense. Cut that out. I have a really long story to tell, so if you don't want to hear all about it, you just want to see what's in the box, skip ahead about 5 minutes. But I highly suggest you hear what I have to say about this, because it may affect whether you buy this box or not. So if you're considering buying my Geek box, please listen to what I have to say first, and then make your decision. So let's start from the beginning. I'm going to try not to get too heated here, but I'm so mad. So, I ordered this box in October. It is now January 25th. It arrived yesterday. Why? Not quite sure. So I actually placed the order for this box late October, possibly early November, right around that time. I was too late to get November's box. No big deal. That kind of happened with all of them. The first month I did everything. I missed out on November, so I had to wait till December. No big deal. So I read in their website's description, they send their boxes out on the 15th of each month. And they said, if you don't receive it by the 25th, let us know. Obviously, they're in the UK, I'm in the US, so it takes a little bit longer, but 10 days should be plenty of time. Even in the UK, to get to America, 10 days should be plenty. But even still, I gave them a little more time. But they said they should send me tracking information as soon as the box shipped. So the 15th goes by, I don't receive any kind of message. The 25th gets here, 25th of December, and there's no box. And which is fine, I figured it might be a few days late because I live so far away. But I never even received tracking information. And they said they'd send it to me when it was sent. And I didn't want to be paranoid about it, and I didn't want to bug them about it. I know they're really busy. It was the holidays. It's Christmas time. Like, I kind of get it. But before I ordered from this company, I'd watched reviews online and stuff like that, and heard a lot of people in America about, like, them not receiving boxes, just at all. Them not receiving any kind of box, and then contacting the company and having a new one have to get sent out, because the first one just never came. So I thought that was weird, but I didn't pay much attention to it, because I'm like, well, that's not going to happen to me. Like, I'll get mine, no worries. So the 25th comes around, and I figured I'd shoot him an email, just to, no big deal, just like, hey, I never got my tracking information. I realize it's going to take a while to get here, but could you just, like, send me the tracking info so I can keep up with it, so you guys don't have to hassle with it? I'll just take watch. Didn't receive a response. Like, no response whatsoever. The next day, I wait around, no response again. Next day, no response. So after the third day, I send another email. I'm like, hey, I haven't even received a response to my email. Like, I'm just wondering about my box. And then I finally get a response, late, of course. And they said, okay, sorry for the late response. We're trying to track your package down. And that's all I said. I responded, okay, fine, but can you just send me the tracking information at least? Like, I'll help you find it, just send me the number, no big deal. No response. Another day goes by, no response. Another day goes by, no response. So I'm kind of starting to see a pattern here. I'm not getting frustrated though. No big deal. I get it. This company has a lot going on. Alright. So I send another message after like 3 days, and I'm like, hey, I just want to check in. Any news on the package? And they send another response. Sorry about the late response. Every time they send a message, they say that because they take so long to respond. We're trying to track down your package, but we're not receiving any information back from our shipping company. And I say, that's fine, but just can you at least give me the tracking info? And again, no response. So another like few days go by. So far it's been about a week. And I send another message and I'm like, listen, like, it's been quite a while. Nothing's happening. Like, they told me before, like, worst case scenario, they'll send another box. And I'm like, I need some kind of update so I know what to do. No response again. So about a few more days go by, and I'm getting a little bit frustrated. It's almost 2 weeks at this point, and I send him a message. I'm like, okay, so the box still isn't here. It's 2 weeks past the point of no return, and it's a few weeks from when you were supposed to ship it. I think it's time to just send a new box. I think it's at that point where it's not coming, it's not here, and I think you just need to send a new one. Wherever you sent that first box, if you ever even sent it, I don't know, but wherever it went, it's not coming back, it's not here, it's not gonna get here. Time to send a new one. And the guy texts me, or not texts me, he emails me back, he says, okay, yeah, we'll send another one, we'll send it out on Monday. It was Wednesday, and I thought it was weird they wouldn't just send it out the next day, but I'm like, no big deal. So that Monday comes around, and it is 2 weeks, beyond 2 weeks past when it was supposed to have been here. The 2 week point hits that Monday, and I send him an email, and I'm like, hey, I just want to check and make sure my box got sent out, because I still don't have any tracking. I haven't got a tracking number. I just want to confirm to make sure it got sent out when someone said it would. That's all I need, just a confirmation and a tracking number. No big deal. So I send that message, no response. Day 2, day 3, nothing. And then I send another message, and now I'm getting kind of frustrated. It's about 2.5 weeks past when it was supposed to have arrived, about 3 weeks past when it was supposed to be shipped. And I start getting frustrated, and I say, listen, you guys, like, you're ignoring my emails, like, nothing's happening, you haven't sent out my package, I'm paying you guys, I'm giving you money for your services, the least you could do is give me what I paid for. I'm not asking a lot, I give you money, you give me what I ordered. That's it. No big deal, right? No response. I get nothing back. So now I'm starting to get really pissed off because there's not much I can do now. If they're not responding to my email, what am I supposed to do? I was replying to this guy's message. This guy's name's Patrick. I was replying to his message. We had an email chain going on. So I go back through the website and I send just a brand new message saying, hey, I'm being ignored. I don't know where my package is. I have nothing. Can you help me out? No response. Nothing. Days go by, another week goes by, and now I'm pissed off. Now I just send a flat-out message saying, is there any reason why I'm being ignored? Like, at this point, not only do I not have December's, but they've charged me for January's. They charged me 2 months, and I have nothing. No box, no tracking, no confirmation, nothing. I say, is there a reason why you guys are ignoring me? At this point, you're kind of stealing from me. You're taking my money, and you're not giving anything back, and you're not responding to me. And again, I sent that message and still nothing. So I sent one final one, and I said, listen, if you don't respond to this message, I'm going to have to take legal action. I'm going to have to do something, I don't even know what, possibly sue you guys, because you keep taking my money and you refuse to respond and you refuse to give me what I ordered. So I finally send that message, and finally a new person contacts me. A fresh new person saying, okay, sorry, your box was sent out yesterday. So I read the message from this lady. This person's name's Mary. I read her message, and that's all it says. Sorry about that. Box was sent out yesterday. Sorry. This is 1 month past when it was supposed to be there. Like almost a full month of, they were supposed to ship on the 15th, and it's almost the 15th of January at this point. And all they have to say is sorry. Oh, sorry, it was out yesterday. And I'm mad now. I'm really mad. So I send this big long message about like, basically like, that's it? That's all you have to say? You ignore me as a customer. You take my money. You give nothing in return. Not even, she gave me tracking information. I even looked it up, and there was nothing on it. It hadn't even been sent yet. It wasn't even in pre-shipment. There was no information on it whatsoever. So, basically, when a company does something like that, they usually make it up to you. If you guys watch my video on the loyal subjects, I had a similar situation with them. We had issues, they weren't responding to me, but when they finally did, they made it up to me. They sent me a whole box for free with like $250 worth of free stuff in it, which they didn't have to, but they did, because that's what you do. When you do something wrong, you make it up to the person, especially if you're a business. How does a business expect to keep a customer around if they're just screwing them over? And then when they finally just do what they're supposed to, it's just like, hey, sorry. It's like, no, you're supposed to apologize with something. I don't care what it is. I'm not saying this company owed me anything. I'm not expecting them to do this big grand gesture and send me a bunch of free shit. I don't care. Do anything. Send me a long apology email. Send me a postcard. Send me a picture of you taking a shit with the I'm sorry on the back. I don't care. Send me anything. Just something that I can have and say like, hey, they're sorry. Here's why. I have something saying they're sorry. Here's my apology. I got nothing. Nothing. So I send that message and I say, listen, I've gone through all this trouble. I've spent a month chasing you guys down trying to find what I've paid for. I'm doing your job for you. I'm chasing you down. That's all you have to say is I'm sorry? And I said, I gotta say, I don't think you're gonna keep me as a customer. I don't think I want this subscription. At this point, I don't even care about the box. I don't care what's in it, and I don't care what I get. You gotta, like, I need something more than that. I need more of an apology than that. So she responded, okay, you're right. I told them, she said there was a problem with customer service. It was busy because of the holidays. And I'm like, if you're having that much of a problem with customer service to the point where no one in your entire company can respond to one person for 2 weeks, you need to hire more people. You do. Pretty simple. So she responded, okay, we're sorry about this. We shouldn't have done that. There's no excuse for what we did. So we're going to return all the money you've paid, 2 months worth, and we'll give you the following month on the house. And I said, great. They didn't have to do that much, but at least that's something. At least that's something to say, hey, we're sorry. Here's why. Cool. Did they return my money? No. Of course not. Why would they? Why would they do anything they said they're going to? Will they return my money? Absolutely. Because I'm going to see to it that they do. And hopefully I don't have to chase them down and beat it out of them. Hopefully they come to their senses and actually do it. But we'll see. Anyway, story's not over. So go back to it's around the 12th right now. The 12th of January. They finally send the package, and I'm tracking this information. It gets to LA, which is on the west coast of the United States, if you don't know, right around Hollywood, on the 15th, which is only about 2 hours away from where I live. And I'm like, cool, it should probably be there the next day, because it's only a 2-hour drive. Next day goes by, nothing. Day after that, nothing. Days go by, a week goes by, I'm tracking the package, it has not moved. It has stayed in LA, and that's the only information I have. And I tried, and now I'm getting frustrated again. I tried to contact the USPS, the postal company, and they have no information on it. They have no information. I can't look it up. I can't open a claim because they sent it first class. I have no information, and there's nothing I can do about it. Once again, I'm in this like screwed position where there's nothing I can do. I can't do anything about it, so I'm just stuck waiting here. So about a week and a half has passed, and I'm about to send another super long, huge email when, like, at midnight, like 2 days ago, I finally get an update that it's leaving LA. Why it was in LA for a week and a half, I have no idea. I just don't know. I mean, I guess it was stuck in customs that long, but I just don't get it. I don't understand, and something seems screwy, but I don't know what. So it finally got here yesterday, the 24th of January. It's supposed to be shipped the 15th of December, the 24th of January. It showed up. So that's pretty much the story. I'm sorry to complain about it, but I just think people need to know about this. If you're in the US and you're considering getting this box, you need to consider things like this, because it was a huge pain in the ass. It was not worth it at all. Even though I still got it for free, like all the trouble and stress that I went through just to make sure that I'm getting what I paid for, it was not worth it. Not worth it at all. Now I'm thirsty because I'm frustrated. Anyway, the reason I tell this whole long story, if you watched it, if you didn't skip ahead, if you did, that's okay. If you listen to my whole story, the reason I'm talking about this is the whole point of my channel that I've created, the whole point of everything I do is to help other people, people like you, to find the best box, to find the best out there. I want you to get the best for your money. I want you to get the best quality. That's what I'm trying to help people to do. That's what I'm here for. Everything that I went through has an effect on that. Because now I'm not just paying for the box, now I'm working for it. Now I'm putting in my time and effort to make sure people are doing their job. I shouldn't have to do that. I don't want to do that. But if I hadn't have done that, it never would have showed up. I never would have gotten it. I would have gotten charged 2 months and never got it. I would have got charged $60-something and never got anything. So I had to do what I had to, but I really didn't want to. So now that puts the value of this box in a different spot, because I have to take into consideration everything that I did to get this box. What a huge pain in the ass. And on a side note, it is now almost midnight, going into the 26th, which I should have my January box. Don't have it, still don't have tracking, just had to send another long email saying, what's up? Are we going to have a repeat? Am I going to have to play this whole cat and mouse game and do this all over again? Like, really, you guys? So, the only reason I still have this is because they've given me months for free, supposedly, if they actually do it. So, I'll stick around with them for the free ones. If they clean up their act and it really was just the holiday season, then I might stay with them, because they actually had a decent box. But if they're going to pull this shit again, then I have no interest whatsoever in staying with this company. So, now that that's out, breather, decompress, let's actually get into the box. Let's start it off. Woo! Sorry for rambling so much. I'm all dehydrated. I'm sweating now because I'm so angry. I'm just like sweating. There's sweat back here because I'm so angry. Alright, side note, I'm going to try and put a little marker on the video so people know where to skip ahead so they can skip the story. Let's get in this bitch. Items. Starting off. Start with an obvious one. Little out of place. A Christmas R2-D2. Little past Christmas, but that's okay, because he talks. You done? Now I've upset the dog. Now the dog's awake. Okay, Christmas R2-D2. I think that's cool. Cool little figure. At this point, I wish he didn't have the Santa hat, because it's almost February. It's almost Valentine's Day, so I kind of wish he didn't have the Santa hat, but that's okay. I still like him. I still think he's cool. And he talks, so that makes him a little higher value than just a normal plush toy. Cool. Next, we have a Transformers stress ball. Can you see it? It's Bumblebee. It's just like a regular stress ball, but it's shaped like a Transformer. That's cool. That's interesting. I can use that. Very stressed out from this company, so good thing they gave me a stress ball to take out my stress with. So that's cool. That's interesting. I like that. Pretty fun. Nifty. Moving on to the next. This one I actually really like, because I've actually seen this before. So this is a Pac-Man bottle opener. The back side is the bottle opener, and it's also a magnet so I can put it on my fridge, which is cool, so I don't have to like find a place to store it. I saw this like years ago, like at like Spencer's Gifts or something like that. And I was gonna buy it for myself, and I ended up not for whatever reason. But I think that's cool. Like obviously I drink beers all the time, and I always need bottle openers, and I'm always losing them in this chaos here, this mess here. So it's cool to have one that'll like sit on the fridge, and it's cool because it's Pac-Man. I can't hate on that. That's great. Cool. Next, a Christmas ornament, which I guess I can keep till next year. Good timing. I almost feel like if any box was going to do a Christmas theme for things like this, I kind of feel like they should have done it in November. Or if not, like sent it very early December, because they didn't even ship a lot of their boxes till after, or almost after Christmas, so it's a little bit out of place. And inside, I don't know if you can hear it, has a biscuit. And for those of you who don't speak British, that means a cookie. Yeah. I kind of like that they call them biscuits, actually. I think that's really cool. I think I'm going to call them biscuits from now on. But yeah, there's a biscuit in there. And I don't know if you can see on the ball. My camera doesn't focus, I know. It's actually the cast of Star Wars, and they're caroling, which is kind of funny and kind of weird. I don't know how to feel about that, but whatever. It's a fun little Christmas item. Cool. Next, t-shirt. And this is Jack Skellington, and he's painted like a little sugar skull. I think that's really cool. This t-shirt feels very rough, very, very rough, and I haven't gotten a chance to try it on because it just got here. It seems like it fits okay. It seems a little oddly shaped. This is a problem I have with a lot of these boxes. They always have cool shirts, cool designs, but they like rarely ever fit. Because the t-shirts are so all over the place. It's hard to find a good fitting one, so most of them don't fit, which is such a bummer. I really wish they did. So I hope this one does, because I actually really like it. I don't know if you can see here. It's pretty far back, but I have a Funko Pop figure of Jack Skellington, and he's painted like the Sugar Skull, just like the shirt. So I obviously like that. I like the whole Day of the Dead thing, and I love Nightmare Before Christmas. And I love sugar skulls. I actually have a tattoo of one on my butt of something just like this. Not Jack Skellington, but the similar sugar skull thing. So I really like the design. I like the shirt. It's not overly complicated. It's pretty simple. But it's still a good idea, cool concept. I'm hoping it fits. But yeah, pretty cool shirt. I liked it. Next. Hold up. Yeah. So this item's a little weird, very specific. So what these are, if you can see, these are Star Wars juggling balls. And yeah, juggling, like juggling balls. And they have a design of the Death Star. They're all the Death Star. So, which is really cool, and that's interesting. But this is like a really specific thing. I found this kind of odd. I will give it to them. I always like it when boxes go outside the box, no pun intended, when they do like new interesting things, where they kind of like push the limit on what's on there, because I get real tired of the whole like t-shirt, Funko Pop, t-shirt, Funko Pop in every single box. I have nothing against t-shirts, I have nothing against Funko, I love them both, but I don't want to see that in every box. I only have so much room for both. Like, I kind of like it when they do different stuff. This does that. This is way outside the box, but it's so specific that I don't really know how to feel about that. One thing you should know about this is from the UK, and it was made in the UK. So I'm kind of assuming that maybe juggling is popular there. Maybe that's a thing they do there that I actually don't know about, but maybe it is. Maybe that's something really popular they do there. These kind of feel like little hacky sacks. Could use it for that if I wanted to. But I don't know how. Maybe I'll look up some other videos how people felt about this item. I don't know if it's as crazy in the UK as it is here, but there it is. I don't really know what else to say about that. It's interesting. I give them bonus points for being interesting, but I have absolutely no use for these. I'm not going to learn to juggle for these, I don't think, but maybe I'll take one of them and put it on display because it looks kind of cool. But yeah, juggling balls. And the last item. So this was a little variety pack of chocolate. And these are actually the popular chocolates from the UK. Now, this is where I'll say this is the opposite for the US and UK. In the UK, this is probably no big deal. This is probably just a filler thing, where it's like a bunch of like 50-cent chocolates in a bag that happen to be Christmas themed. No big deal. But for me, this is really cool. I've never been to the UK. I've never been over to Europe or anywhere near there. But I've never tried any of these chocolates. It's really cool to see what's popular in the UK and what candy bars are popular there. I think this is awesome. This is the kind of thing that I would hope to see from getting a box overseas. The UK seems to have a lot of monthly subscription boxes, especially geeky ones, and I want to venture out and see if there are any other ones. I kind of wish like Japan or China would have one, because they seem like they'd have really cool stuff. And things that wouldn't matter to them, like candy, would be really cool to us. Like, I'm really interested to try these things. I want to try out all these things and see how they are and like try different cultures. I think that's really cool. It's something that probably cost them nothing to do, but made it really cool to have. So I really like that. So I'm interested to try all these things. I think that's awesome. So let's get into an overall evaluation of this box. So candy, I couldn't see this going for more than like $5. It would cost a lot to get it here in the US, but I can't really judge it on that. So I'd have to judge it on basically what it would cost in the UK. They have 5 candy bars. I couldn't see them going for more than $1 a piece, much like ours. So even pushing it, I'd put that at 5. The t-shirt, same as always, standard t-shirt, doesn't change, even though it's from the UK. 15 bucks. There it is. The juggling balls, this was pretty hard to put a value on. I looked it up, I googled it, looked on eBay. They weren't going for that much. In the UK, they were selling for about $6, but shipping to get it here was like $30, like something crazy like that. But there was one cheap enough to get it for $12. $6 for the item, $6 for shipping to get it to the US, so I kind of based it off that. If I was in the UK buying these, it would cost probably only $6, but I have to factor in shipping a little bit, so I think $12 is a fair price for that. I could see this going in America for around that, so I think that's fair. $12. This little stress ball, this Transformer stress ball, looked it up, these go around $8. I think that's fair. Like, a normal stress ball would be super cheap, but this is shaped like a Transformer. It looks cool, it's practical. $8. Sounds reasonable. This little ornament, this pretty much nothing. I could see this going for $2, maybe even $1. I see this stuff at like Target all the time, like specialty cool things like that have a piece of candy in them. You can get them at the dollar store, but for the sake of argument, I'll put it at $2. I wouldn't put it any more than that. Pac-Man. This is really cool. Specialty bottle openers, I can see going for a little bit. I'm going to put this at $8 to $10. I could see it going for a little bit more, but it's not super high quality. I mean, it's plastic, so it couldn't be that much. I think $8 would be fine. $10 for like full retail price. 8 to 10. R2-D2, I'm going to say about 8. A normal plush like this, like $4 or $5, but since it talks... So, dog's getting upset. Settle down. Hey, take it easy. So since it talks and has like electronics and stuff, I'll put it at like $8. So a little higher than I would have normally. And yeah, I think that's it. So total value of this box, around $60. Maybe a little more, like exactly like 62, but give or take a little bit because it's hard to put a value on every single thing here. So overall, that's a good value. In the UK, this was, I think, 16 or 17 pounds, but they get free shipping. So to get it in America, we have to pay for shipping, which is a bummer, but luckily, they're pretty reasonable on the shipping price. So this was $19.99, and that's in pounds, so roughly 20 pounds. Translated into US dollars, I think the pound is like 1.5 or something like that, but I looked it up on Google. It's right around $30, like 30 US dollars to get this box, which isn't that crazy. Most boxes are around that price. The cheap ones are 20. Most of them are right around $30. And the value of this, even with the extra for shipping to the US, it was worth it. Like, it got $60. I've always said in my past videos, for a box to be worth it, I'd say you have to get double what you pay for. I think that's reasonable. Most boxes actually give you that. I think that's fair. This one did that. And you got some cool UK candy and some other things that are like exclusive to the UK, which I think is really cool, which is what I would hope to see. Now, if this box had shown up here with no trouble, I would be ecstatic, because I liked everything in here, with the exception of the juggling balls. I thought that was weird. So I'm pretty excited to see what's going to come next month, which should be coming any day now, I hope. But since I had to go through an assload of trouble, this box wasn't really worth it, but I'm still happy to see what was in it. So now that I finally have this box, and now that I can finally do videos again, I can finally do my overall monthly review of all the boxes of the month. And now I can start doing other unboxings. I have like 7 boxes piled up because I didn't want to start January's boxes till I finished December, so I kept putting it off. And those emails I was emailing with the company, they were like, one more day, it's coming, it's coming. So I kept being like, okay, well, I'll wait. Next thing I know, it's almost February, and I haven't done any of my January boxes. So a lot of videos coming up, a lot of videos to come. Next one being the overall review, the ultimate unboxing of all 10 boxes from December. So stay tuned for that. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you didn't hate me complaining too much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Love you all. Peace.